is taking me much longer to finish than I was expecting. It is. What is up, guys? It is, 5 days post-show, and it's funny, I was sitting here and putting my camera up, and I'm just like, gotten so used to doing these videos and stuff, but that's crazy. Anyhow, I just figured I would do a little video explaining kind of what's next, since that's the big question, right? But first things first, we're gonna go get this workout in. So, I'll talk soon. Alright, so what's next? Well, there is a show coming up in almost 4 weeks as of this coming Saturday. Today is Wednesday. And this is the show that I was actually especially invited to compete in from one of the judges at this last show, which is really awesome, and I really, really want to do it. So yeah, I might go be competing in that in the next 4 weeks. The only thing that is potentially stopping me from doing that show, it's May 21st, is, I'll be real and honest, it's my cycle. I do not want to compete and step on stage when I'm supposed to be starting. Like, I'm just not gonna feel good. But the timing of it, I was just kind of waiting for this month to see like if I consistently start at my day 30, 31. Because if I do, then that means May 21st will put me at like day 25, 26. And it's a little sketchy, but I think I could manage. So I don't know for sure yet, but this is the plan. Is that, yeah, I might be doing this show on May 21st. But I will know for sure here by the next week. And I'm really, really excited. My family wants me to do it. And I'm just ready to do it again. And my biggest goal is to just beat the package I brought to this first show. Like, that's my expectation, is come in more conditioned and just looking even better. And so that's what's up. I'm excited. We'll see for sure here soon. I just want to real quick, I thought it was just kind of funny. I filmed the last section of this video a minute ago, actually. And I just thought it was funny. I happened to be wearing a very similar outfit. I think I had actually a different sports bra on, but it was still red. And I had my red vibe going and my black jacket. I just thought it was funny, but yeah, I actually filmed that like a week ago, because today we're a minute out from show, so I just thought that was funny. Anyhow. Okay, so part of what's next is, if you watched my peak week video, you know that I had an orientation for a new job. So I actually just started that this week, and I've had to readjust everything, considering doing this job on top of doing prep because I'm burning so many calories. It's been crazy. Like currently it's about 10:40 at night. I'm having my last meal before I go in and burn a shit ton of calories. I'm actually a package handler, so I'm loading packages into trailers. So I'm getting a workout, and so everything's have to have been adjusted. I don't know how I'm gonna manage this, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So yeah, that's part of what will be next on my journey. Things are gonna be a lot harder. You can do it. Currently May 2nd, and I just want to finish this up. There's gonna have to be a part 2 coming because things are going a little bit unexpected. So to fill you guys in, originally my plan was to potentially do the show May 21st, and post-show I was really just kind of working with that mindset that I was going to do that show, and my weight has been great. I've done so good since my show. Like I was staying around 2 pounds stage weight, and was just on top of everything continuously after my show. Well, last week I hit a difficult place. I was going through that funk again and all this sort of stuff, and I was supposed to have my cycle, which was the determinant on whether I was going to do this show in May or not, because I did not want to do the show while I was on it, and I just wanted to make sure I timed it out and all that. Well, I still hadn't gotten it, and I was just going through a really weird phase, and this past weekend, because today's Monday, I had a pretty bad binging episode again. And I've gone through these phases so many times in my fitness journey where I would make great progress, I binge, gain a lot of weight back very quickly, and I could continue on that binge for sometimes weeks on end and gain a significantly amount of weight back very quickly. Luckily, I was able to get myself under control the next day. I went through this whole mental processes of not allowing myself to identify as the old version of me who would binge, gain a bunch of weight back, get really depressed, go through that. I didn't want to identify as now I binged and now I'm not a fit person, and I go through this weird mental process, I guess. Anyway, I was able to, I got cut off there because I ran out of storage. Anyway, what I was saying was, what was I saying? Well, something along the lines of, I was having an issue. I was going back in the bad mental state. I was very depressed. I was a wreck, to be honest. And anyway, I've really, over the past, really all of this year of 2022, I have worked so hard on building such a strong mindset. I every single day fill my mind with uplifting content that makes me tap into this champion type mindset. And I try to, for so long leading up to the show, I really focused on identifying with the mindset of a champion. And the more I could identify as that, the more my behaviors and actions align to that identity, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to get caught up in the identity of, oh, I'm someone that binges, I'm overweight, I don't feel good, because the more you identify with it, the more your actions are going to further align to that. And that's where I would screw up. And I was just super aware of what was going on in this moment. And for me, I really just felt like, okay, Sam, it's a test. Are you going to go back to old ways, or are you going to continue on this new version of you? And that is where I literally laid down in my bed before I slept Saturday night after my whole crazy binge, and just had to remind myself of that. What are my goals? Who do I want to be for myself, for my family, for everyone who watches these videos? Is like, I want to be a role model of what's possible, especially coming from someone who has been, someone who's had issues with binging and so on. Anyway, that was that. Second thing is, I still, to this day, am unsure what's going on, like what's next, because things are not going exactly as I would have anticipated. I'm currently still have not seen my cycle. And now that was another reason I went on a binging thing, because I have been an emotional eater. So if I'm going through something emotionally, I tend to want to eat, and all I could think about was food, and I was struggling majorly because the fact that I haven't had my cycle. And like today I'm on day 37, and I typically start on day 29 to 31 pretty consistently the past 6 months. There was an issue that was similar to now where I didn't start until like day 41. So I don't know. I have this fear of being pregnant. After being pregnant 3 times, and not having very good experiences, I do fear being pregnant. I shouldn't be, because I'm crazy about it, but I don't know. It's in my head, because not having that cycle makes me start going on this weird, my mind's just conditioned to think if I don't have it, then I'm pregnant. And like I start freaking out, to be honest, and I have to try to reel myself back in and just try to calm myself, use all the tools that I've collected over these years to learn how to keep my mental state as good as I can. Not that I'm perfect, because trust me, I go in this, I too suffer, but I have allowed myself to, like I said, build such a strong mindset that it does help me in the times that I am struggling. And it doesn't last as long. That's what I've really found for me. When I do go through these moments, it doesn't last as long as it used to. Like, I'm able to get myself out of it within a day or two. So, like I said, I don't really know. What's next. I was going to do that show. Like I said, my weight is, I couldn't even tell you what I weigh right now, because on account, I haven't even looked in a minute, because that I know that's just going to mess with my head further. Like I said, I was staying close to my stage weight this whole time post-show, and I think we're like 4 weeks post-show, and I've been staying around the weight, so I've been so happy with that. But I know I went up after that binge for sure, but I couldn't tell you how much. But anyway, we've gotten back on track as of yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better today. I just did a little exercise at home, took a shower. I can feel myself dropping the weight again. But like I said, I'm going to have to make another video kind of updating what the plan is and what's going on, because right now I'm not sure. My original plan too was to go through reverse and then start another prep in June and do the show in August before nationals. So that might just be the plan again. I don't know right now with this whole show in May 21st, because that's only 3 weeks away, and I'm not super happy with how I'm looking right now, considering, and I just don't know. So that's the honesty with that. I want to just get this video out. I'll be popping back on here soon to give you the next update on the for sure plan on what's next, but that's just where we are right now. Post-show is hard. If anybody else out there is getting ready to compete, I will give you that warning that post-show can be challenging mentally, really. So just be prepared for that. It can be rough. But anyway, until next time, I will see you soon. We'll see what's up. Thanks for watching.